everybody, welcome to another week of Pilates plus Physio. Thank you for joining me again. You need your mat, you need your yoga brick or a book or something similar, and possibly you need your band. So starting off, feet pointing to the front, stand nice and tall, maybe start off just patting all the way down the front of the legs, all the way back up the front, all the way down the sides, just wake everything up, back up, over your bottom, right down the back of the legs. Could bring one foot up, give the bottom of the foot a bit of a slap, bring the other one up, give them a bit of a slap, a little bit of marching on the spot, just so you really feel your feet on the ground. Patting all the way up, one arm, down the same side, up the inside, back down again, up the other arm, down again, all the way up, all the way down. Perfect. Feet just about hip width apart, arms at the sides, thumbs pointing up, just floating the arms out to the sides, right the way up to the ceiling, and then all the way down. And again, floating the arms up, big star shape, and then coming to a pointy arrow all the way down. And just going one more of those. And this time keep the arms out, so you're like in a big star. Shift the weight over maybe onto your left leg. Take the right leg out to the side, so real sort of power pose. And then you're going to bring your left hand to your right knee and open it out again. Left hand to your right knee, open it out. Left hand to right knee. Two more of those. Keep the right hand pointing right out. Good. Switch legs. So you've got your right hand pointing up towards the ceiling, left hand pointing up towards the ceiling. Shift the weight over onto your right leg, right hand to the left knee. Push out. Right hand to the left knee, press out. So it's balance. Getting a little bit of core work there. Hand to the knee, press out. Hand to the knee, press out. And one more. Hand to your knee, press out. Lovely. Bring the arms down. Grab your block or your book a minute. So just standing, even weight through your feet. Knees very slightly soft, hips slightly soft. So you're not just bending the knees forward. You're dropping down just a little bit. So you just think of being nice and sort of springy. Hold the brick out in front of you like you're holding a nice tray. And this time you're just going to take your arms around to the side as if you were offering somebody a drink on your tray. Back to the front and go the other way. So your chest and your head stay looking to the front. So you're just isolating that twist to the very top of your back and the shoulders. Just going round one way, coming back, going round the other way. Okay, next time add in sort of from your waist upwards. So you should get a little bit further round. So think of those Action Man dolls and things like Cindy. They had a sort of joint at their waist. So the top half could twist while the bottom half stayed pointing to the front. So your knees are still forward, hip bones are still forwards. Turning your head. Just isolating again that twisting the top half separate from the bottom half. Okay, and now let your whole body twist. So the hips are turning now as well. Just going right and left, should get a lot further behind you now. So just feel that shift in pressure through your feet. So as you twist right, pressure on the outside of your right foot, inside of your left. As you twist left, pressure on the inside of the right, outside of the left. Just keep going. Just feeling that movement all the way from the top of your head right down to your feet. Just getting that nice rotation going. Good. Okay, keep hold of the brick. Maybe turn so you've got the mat lengthways. Standing tall. So sort of just take the brick up above your head and come down again. So both arms just floating up, just going as far as you're happy. Sore shoulders, you can just go as far as they're happy to go. Okay, so those who want to, you could add in stepping forward, arms up. So step forward onto the front foot, float the arms up. Back heel comes off the ground. So feel that foot going onto the floor. Nice and long through the back of the neck, so keep looking ahead rather than up at the brick. You know where that is. Okay, you could stick with that, or those who want to make it even a bit more energetic, slow it right down, step forwards, drop down into like a little lunge. Back up, step back. Step forwards, as you drop down, the arms come up. So the knee is bending and the hip is bending. Your belly button stays pointing to the front. So you're not dropping forward. Body stays upright, hip and knee doing the bending. Sore knees, you might not want to do it. Check that that knee is staying over your second toe, it's not diving inwards. Making me out of breath. Lovely. Okay, finish the one you're doing. Pop the brick to one side. Lie yourself down on your back on the mat. So just lying on your back, knees bent, feet down flat. Let your body just sink down into the floor a little bit. Maybe put both hands on your tummy. Just gently breathe down with the diaphragm. So as you breathe in, the tummy gently comes up. And as you breathe out, the tummy goes down. Good. Okay. Pop your arms down beside you. Feet nice and close in. We're going to start with a spine curl. Press into your feet. Peel your back up away from the mat. If you don't like this exercise, you could start with just a very gentle sort of pelvic rock. So just flattening your back into the mat and releasing. Otherwise, flatten down. Think of one bone at a time coming up off the floor. One bone at a time going back down onto the mat. Nice and smooth. Okay, those who want to, curl your bottom up, straight line, knees, hips, ribs. Both arms right back over the top of your head to the floor if they'll go that far. Leave the arms there, roll your bottom back down. So you don't quite get that same feeling of one bone at a time going back down unless you're very bendy. When you're all the way down, then bring the arms back over. You could tuck in the chin, lift your head, look down over the top of the knees. So a little curl up on the end. Press into the feet. Heel your back up away from the floor. When you're all the way up, float the arms back over the top of your head. Leave the arms there. Roll your bottom back down. Still aiming to sort of think about that one bone at a time going onto the floor, even if it's not actually happening. Bring the arms down, curl up. So just doing whatever feels good for you. Arms going back over if you can. If you've got sore shoulders, you could just take the arms as far as the ceiling. Roll down. See if you can keep the back of your thighs, the hamstrings nice and relaxed, especially if you're a bit crampy. You want to get the back of the thighs relaxed. Use the buttocks to curl you up. Good. Roll all the way down. Lift the head, look down over the knees. Rest down. Gently roll your head right and left. Just release the neck. Great, okay. And then turn over onto your side. Underneath arm, right up above your head if it goes. Legs out straight. Make sure you can see your feet when you look down. Top hand just for a little bit of balance on the mat, so you're not pushing like mad into the mat. Start with a side leg lift, so point the toes, top leg up. Foot up, press out through the heel as you come down. So just really smooth. Point the toes, top leg up. Foot up, press out through the heel. Think of drawing that line on the wall with your big toe as you go up, and you're rubbing that line out as you come down. This really strengthens up side of the buttock, side of the thigh. Maybe next time bring the leg up. Maybe just take it in a couple of circles going forwards, not too big, about the size of a football. Couple of circles going backwards. And rest down. Good. And then either pop that leg behind you, foot on the mat, knee bent, or if that feels really awkward, bring the knee in front and rest it on your brick or your book. So you're just trying to avoid getting too much twist through your lower back. So I'm putting the leg behind me, foot on the mat. Really push right out through that lower leg. Get the knee straight. So keep your knee straight. Lift the underneath leg a couple of inches off the floor and down slowly. So it's inner thigh doing the work now. Lift up and release down. Toes up towards you. Keep the knee straight. You could lift up, drop down an inch, back up. So 3 or 4 little pulses. Gets that muscle working for longer. And down. And again, lift up. Little pulses. And down. And again, lifting up. So think of using that inner thigh muscle there. Great, okay. Both knees back on top of each other, knees bent. Grab your ankle on the top leg, pull your heel towards your bottom, take the thigh back. So front of the thigh, front of the hip stretch. If you're happier doing that on your tummy, you could turn onto your tummy and do it that way. Keep the lower tummy just gently pulling in so that you are not getting to the end of where your front of the thigh muscles will go, and then you're just overarching through your back. So keep a little bit of tension through the tummy. Next out breath, just see if you can ease into that stretch a little bit further. Okay, let that release. And then turn over onto the other side. So again, legs out straight, underneath arm up above your head if it goes. Make sure you can see your feet when you look down, look back to the front. Nice big gap between your ear and your shoulder. Side leg lift, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, pressing out through the heel. Nice and smooth. Pick up that piece of chalk, you're drawing the line as you go up, you're rubbing it out as you come down. Good, okay. Finish the one you're doing, pop that leg, top leg behind you, foot on the mat. So you're sort of really opening out through the hips, or again, bring that knee in front of you, rested on the brick, toes up towards you. Push right out through the heel. Really make sure you're getting that knee straight. You don't want to be doing this one with the knee sort of slightly wobbly. So push out hard through your heel, knee straight, lifting and lowering the underneath leg. You can lift 2 or 3 little pulses and down. lift, and get cramp. Lifting and lowering. So pulse if you can. If it's going crampy, maybe lift and lower, just really get that relaxation in between. Keep pressing out through your heel, toes up towards you. Great. Okay, finish the one you're doing. Bend both knees up. Grab your ankle on the top leg if you can. Pull your heel to your buttock. Take the knee back. So front of the thigh, front of the hip, stretch. If it's burny or pins and needlesy, come off it. Next time you breathe out, see if you can just ease into that stretch a bit further. Lovely, let that release. Okay, come over onto your tummy. Come back this end of the mat, I think. So on your tummy, hands probably sort of on the edges of the mat, forehead down on the floor, so fingers pointing forward. Think of just gently, like legs a little way apart, slide your shoulder blades down your back, just peel your chest up away from the floor. Hold there and come down. So it's not like the cobra where you're pushing with your arms. This time elbows are staying on the mat. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Just peeling your chest up away from the ground. Keep looking straight down at the floor. Back of the neck nice and long. Nice one for that upper back area, especially if you're getting a little bit hunched or a little bit achy in that area. Shoulders down. Peeling up. So keep your tummy gently drawing in away from the mat. Shoulders away. Peel up. When you're up next time, you could then turn your head to the left and back. Turn your head to the right and back and lower down. And again, peeling up. Turn left, turn right, back to the middle and down. Great. Bring your hands now up above your head, fingertips just touching, forehead still on the mat. So elbows on the floor. Again, slide your shoulders away from your ears, hands and forearms off the ground. So elbows are staying down. This is much more of a shoulder exercise. Hold there and release. So it's almost like you're sort of opening a book. So shoulders away from your ears. Think of the shoulder blades like two sort of saucers sitting on your back. You're drawing them down towards your waist. Elbows staying on the ground, hands and forearms off. So just think about sort of aiming to keep the wrists straight. So people often take their wrists back. So imagine you've got a sort of splint or something on your wrists. So the wrists have to stay in line with the forearm. Up and hold. And down. Both arms together. Shoulders down. So don't lift too high. You know, if it feels really difficult. If you've had a frozen shoulder or something, this is probably going to be pretty well impossible. You might want your arms down beside you and just hover the arms off the mat and do that instead. So should be sort of working real upper back in between the shoulder blades area. And just going one more. Lovely. Hands on the mat. Push up onto all fours and then bottom right back to your heels. If your knees don't like it, curl on your side, bring your knees to your chest. Maybe creep your fingers a little bit further forwards. Let the head drop right down. Breathe into the back of your ribs. And then come up onto hands and knees. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips. Knees about hip width apart. Back of the neck nice and long. We're going to do thread the needle. So back of one hand on the floor. Slide it underneath the other arm. Think of someone grabbing those fingers and pulling them, ear down towards the mat. So again, getting that rotation through your upper body. And then slide the arm back. Other side, back of your hand on the mat, slide through. Ear to the floor. Try not to collapse into a heap. Oh, lovely sunshine now. Right through. Pause there a moment. And come back. And again, back of your hand on the mat. Slide through, slide through, slide through. Right through. See if you can keep your feet on the ground as well. So this time, as you draw that arm back, think of pulling the string on a bow, and you're drawing the string right back, taking the elbow to the ceiling, and then you could take the hand up towards the roof. So getting that twist there. Come back down, pop that hand back on the mat, slide the other arm through. So you're going right through, right through, right through. Ear to the floor, twisting through your upper back. And then draw the arm back. Think of pulling that string, elbow going to the ceiling. So you're getting your upper body twisting the other way. And then you could take your hand up towards the roof. And come down. And on the other side, slide through. Remember, if your knees get fed up, sit back, have a little rest. Right through, right through. Back. Pull up, hand to the roof, nice twist there, and down. One more on the other side, slide all the way through, ear down towards the ground, and come back, elbow up towards the ceiling, and down. So both hands on the floor, really spread your fingertips nice and wide, press yourself away from the mat, a little bit of a hollow in your lower back, just a little cat, arch your back up, and then drop all the way down. So a little bit of a hollow through your lower back now, tuck your tail underneath, arch all the way up. And drop down again. Think of really pushing your fingers into the ground. And just going one more. And then bottom back to your heels again. Stretch the fingers right out in front. Shuffle your hands to the right edge of the mat. You could put your left hand on top of the right there. Breathe into the left side of the ribs. And then shuffle your fingers to the left edge of the mat. Breathe into the right side of the ribs. Lovely. Come back to the front. Come up into kneeling. If your knees are a bit sensitive, you could double the mat over. Or triple it, or put a little blanket or towel or something underneath your knees. So kneel right up tall. Bring one knee in front. So nice and straight on that back hip. If you can, take the arms above your head, sore shoulders, you can have the arms out in front. And just a little sideways bend. So going to one side and then to the other side. So keep kneeling nice and tall. And again, going over one way, coming back, and going the other way and back. Good. Bring the arms down, swap legs. New knees, you might want to stand all the way up and do this one. New knees tend not to like kneeling very much. So kneel up nice and tall, get that back hip straight. Block either in front of you and you're going to do side to side or right above your head. Reach up, just going over to one side and coming back and going to the other side and back. Going right or left, back up and going the other way and back. Great. Bring that down, come up into standing slowly. Stones on the mat. Okay, so feet about hip width apart, stand nice and tall. We'll just do a couple of roll downs, straight down to start with. So chin on your chest, tummy in, roll all the way down. So if you're going to touch your toes, let your head dangle, let the arms dangle, scoop in, unfurl all the way back up. So as you come up, think of really stacking your spine, one sort of cotton reel on top of the other as you come up. Rolling right down, right down, right down, dangling the arms, dangle the head, scoop in, unfurl back up. Okay, those who want to make it a slight diagonal, right hand to your left little toe, left hand to the ceiling, turn and look at that left hand, and unfurl back up. Left hand to your right little toe. Right hand to the roof. Look at the right hand and uncurl back up. Right hand to your left foot, left hand to the sky and up. This is challenging the cameraman. Left hand to your little toe, right hand to the ceiling. He started asking for pay now. Unfurl back up. We're on week 48. So bring the legs back in together. Roll the shoulders going backwards. So shrug the shoulders up right the way around, back and down. Get the shoulder blades moving over the back of your rib cage. Really ground down through the feet. Think about where you've got the pressure through your feet. Is it all through your heels? Is it even on both sides? And then slide the shoulders up and just let them drop. And one more slide up and let them relax. Well done everybody. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully see you next week. Bye bye.